The elephant, a mother, carried with her the weight of survival and the responsibility of protecting her young calf. But suddenly, the peaceful air was shattered by a low, menacing hum. A massive swarm of angry bees emerged from a disturbed hive in a nearby tree, clouding the air with chaos. Startled and overwhelmed, the mother elephant trumpeted loudly, her calf pressing tightly against her massive legs for safety. The bees stung mercilessly, targeting sensitive areas, her ears, eyes, and trunk. The mother tried to swat them away with her ears and tail, but the relentless swarm grew denser, making it impossible to escape. Villagers from a nearby settlement heard her desperate calls and quickly realized the danger. A message was sent to the local animal rescue team, who rushed with urgency, knowing every second mattered for the suffering elephant and her calf. When the rescue team arrived, the scene was terrifying. The elephant staggered in panic, her calf trembling beneath her. Acting swiftly, the rescuers created thick clouds of smoke using burning dry grass to confuse and drive away the bees. The buzzing swarm, disoriented and choking on the smoke, finally began to scatter into the skies. The mother elephant, exhausted and injured from dozens of stings, slowly collapsed onto her knees while her calf cried out. Carefully, the team worked to treat her wounds with soothing herbal sprays and cool water, ensuring her breathing steadied. Hours of patience, courage, and teamwork finally calmed the giant. As the bees disappeared back into the forest, the mother rose to her feet, gently nudging her calf as if reassuring him that the danger was over. With grateful trumpets echoing across the savanna, the pair slowly walked back toward the safety of the wild. The rescue team watched with relief, their hearts full of pride for saving one of nature's most majestic beings. The sun had begun to dip lower in the sky, painting the horizon with streaks of orange and gold. Yet the rescue team remained by the mother elephant's side, refusing to leave until they were sure she was strong enough to return fully to the wild. The calf stayed close to her, rubbing his small body against her legs, his eyes wide with worry. Every time his mother winced or lowered her head, he would trumpet softly, as if pleading with her to stay awake and fight through the pain. It was a heartbreaking scene that fueled the rescuers' determination even more. The rescue team knew the threat of bee swarms was not unusual in this part of the savanna. Colonies of African honeybees were known to be fiercely defensive of their hives, and when provoked, even accidentally, they could attack in terrifying numbers. While small animals could sometimes escape their wrath, large creatures like elephants often became the most vulnerable targets because of their size and inability to outrun the fast-moving swarm. The rescuers had heard stories of elephants collapsing from sheer exhaustion after being chased for miles by angry bees, and they feared this mother could suffer the same fate if she wasn't carefully tended to. Two team members, skilled in wildlife treatment, worked quickly to prepare a natural ointment made from medicinal herbs mixed with clean water. They carefully applied it to the most swollen areas of her trunk and ears, cooling her inflamed skin. The elephant flinched slightly at the touch, but her body slowly relaxed as the soothing relief began to take effect. Another rescuer set up large buckets of water, both for the elephant to drink and to pour gently over her back, washing away the lingering sting venom and calming her overheated body. Meanwhile, a few others focused on the calf. Though he was not as badly stung as his mother, the little one had several welts on his tender skin. He was frightened and kept circling his mother, trying to keep contact with her body at all times. One rescuer crouched low, speaking softly while holding out a handful of fresh leaves. The calf hesitated, then slowly stretched out his trunk, curling it around the leaves and munching them nervously. That small moment of trust reminded everyone why they had come, to save not only the injured mother but also to ensure her calf would not lose the most important bond in his young life. Hours passed, and the bees had completely disappeared into the wilderness, leaving behind a fragile calm. The team created a protective circle around the elephants, keeping watch for any potential return of the swarm. They knew elephants were not only majestic but also highly emotional animals. Losing her calf would have devastated the mother, and if the calf had lost his mother, survival would have been nearly impossible at such a young age. Their mission was not simply about rescue, it was about preserving a family, a bond that mirrored human love in its deepest form. As twilight settled in, the mother elephant slowly tried to rise. Her legs trembled under her massive weight, but with determination and the encouraging nudge of her calf, she managed to stand tall again. The rescuers watched with awe as she lifted her trunk high, releasing a soft, grateful trumpet into the evening air. It was as if she were thanking her human helpers for the gift of life, for driving away death that had come buzzing in clouds of fury. The sound echoed across the savanna, carrying with it a profound reminder of resilience and survival. Yet the team knew their job was not fully done. The elephant still needed time to heal, and the calf required close monitoring to ensure he had not inhaled venom or developed complications. The team decided to escort the pair toward a safer part of the reserve, where a shallow waterhole and tall grasses would provide both comfort and nourishment. Slowly and carefully, they guided the elephants along, ensuring the mother did not stumble. The calf trotted at her side, his steps quick and playful now that the worst was over, though he would still occasionally press his trunk against her body to reassure himself she was truly there. As they arrived at the waterhole, the mother elephant stepped in, lowering her tired body into the cool water. The calf splashed around her, his fear giving way to joy as he sprayed water into the air. The rescuers stood at a distance, allowing the two to share their moment of peace. It was a scene of renewal, the same animals who had faced death only hours ago now basking in the healing embrace of water and family. Over the next 2 days, the rescue team returned several times to check on the pair. The mother's swelling reduced significantly, and the calf grew more energetic with each passing visit. By the 3rd day, the elephant no longer required direct care. She had regained her strength and, with her calf beside her, had started to move further into the savanna. Before leaving for the last time, the rescuers stood silently, watching the elephants walk away into the golden grasslands. Their silhouettes against the setting sun told a story that words could never fully capture, a story of survival, compassion, and the eternal bond between mother and child. The rescue left a lasting impact not only on the animals but on the humans too. Each member of the team carried home the memory of the giant's grateful trumpet, the calf's innocent trust, and the power of working together to save lives. They knew the savanna would continue to challenge them with dangers, fires, poachers, predators, and swarms, but this victory proved that courage and compassion could prevail against even the fiercest odds. And so, as the elephants disappeared into the wild, the land fell quiet once again. Yet somewhere in the distance, a soft echo of the mother's trumpet lingered in the wind, a timeless reminder that every life saved is a triumph not only for one species but for the entire balance of nature.